I'm kind of glad we didn't have to fight on the roller ship now.
He is concussed.
Yeah.
I get the high excuse. He gets the concussed excuse. You two have to deal with your own shit.
Okay. So so Private Johnson, So he takes out his gun and he starts firing, like slips backwards, and the gun just starts like shooting up in the air and whatnot, and he falls on the ground. And unfortunately, as he falls, he doesn't take his finger off the trigger, and one of the bullets goes up and into his shoulder, and it hurts him severely.
What a fucking idiot.
Oh god. Okay, luckily all it did was penetrate his shields. Okay, he did not actually take damage from that. Oh, thank the Christ. He penetrated his shields. He's going to be in a lot of danger next time, but it did not hurt him. It penetrated his shields. Good to go.
I'm now surrounded by more idiots.
It is now Svedka's turn. She is going to take her turn. First thing I have to do with her is roll myself in exert check. Exert. Dexterity. Before I describe her turn. Okay, she rolled well. It's a 9. And then she's going to make her attack roll, which I will do that right now. And she rolled a natural fucking 20. Okay.
Wow, beautiful.
Okay. My dice are apparently not showing up on screen, which I think is weird.
No.
But I'll worry
They're
about
probably GM dice.
No, they shouldn't be. I don't have it set that way.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little weird because they're showing up on your screens, right? Just not on this one. Which is weird, but whatever. So natural 20, which is amazing. So this is actually what she does. She never started lowering herself from the high vantage point where she had. So she starts like running forward and then jumps and slides in the ice. And she's sliding down as she can. And as she's doing so, she's just screaming at the top of her lungs. And starts shooting with the rifle as fast as starts shooting with the rifle at one of the targets that's in front of her. While she's sliding down, she actually jumps from the ledge itself, and you'd think like, okay, she jumps to the ledge, she's gonna slide on she's gonna hit the ice, landing on the ground, she's gonna fall and hit her ass, no problem. Unfortunately, or fortunately, that doesn't happen. Actually, when she jumps, she seems to like float across the actual sky, across the canyon itself, aiming down with the gun and just blasting down at it as she goes, laughing.
I can't believe we forgot that it was low gravity already and didn't use it for some cool moves. And DM's like, by the way, there's low gravity.
It's not only low.
Carmine's just gonna set off from the mountain and just kill 3 people while just flying through the air, and then there's a 3-point landing.
So she it's low gravity and she's biotic, so she doesn't weigh a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I forgot the gravity, but I remembered the biotics. So that's gonna be fun.
I remember anything, but she is getting a psych evaluation when we get back to the Vitruvius.
Carmine likes her.
So the one that Carmine had taken the shields down from, she jumps across over his head and just starts riddling him with holes, shooting down at him, laughing, and just the guy's like doof, 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 doof. And then the bike just starts veering and going off to the side. It just starts like spinning out and clashes into some ice off to the side. The person on the other side of it has to make a physical saving throw. So give me 1 second.
Yeah, he's going to take damage from that.
An evasion save first. My apologies. And then apply a modifier. Oh, there we go. Actually succeeds his evasion save. He jumps off of the bike before it crashes, but then he has to make a physical saving throw from the damages immediately afterwards anyways. And he fails with his physical saving throw. So he does take damage jumping off the bike before it crashes, but it's not as bad as it otherwise could have been. But that first one, completely dead. This one's on his ass and sliding across the ice over near where Johnson just shot himself, and he's on the ground. We're going to bring the initiative back up to the top with Carmine. Carmine, you just watched all of that happen.
I'm going to fire a burst at the guy who is just taking a bit of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm nice like that.
Come on with misery, Carmine.
So that would be any negatives for him sliding along the ground or anything?
Yeah, because he's on the ground. You're going to be taking all the details, just another -2.
Okay, so that evens out again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, not bad. You hit.
Very nice.
You hit. I think I may have fixed the dice.
And that is 18 damage in total.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
Beautiful.
So, his shields did not protect against the damage that he took from like flopping on the ground.
That's why I
right?
shot him.
Right? So your shooting took out the rest of his shields, and then whatever health he had left, you like, and now just like the purple ice and everything on the ground has streaks of red along it as he continues sliding, and hurts the my apologies. As he continues sliding and hurts the with the streaks of red behind him, just being riddled with the holes. So absolutely amazing. Drops dead. All right, moving on. It is after Carmine's turn because you do the shooting. I imagine you don't move.
No, I'm prone. They get a minus to hit me as well. We didn't even take that into account last round. Well, that's fine. I'm just gonna lie here, just relax. Keep shooting. It's going well.
They got a minus to hit you. I put that into. I gave a -2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're gonna minus to hit you. And the next is going to be Rockwell's turn. Rockwell, the first one that you shot at beforehand, well, the driver's dead, and Carmine just finished the other one. The second one, who's literally just past you, you can easily whip around and aim behind you, which is nearby. If you go for the driver again, which is not a bad idea, he lost his shields from Lena, he has cover from his friend behind him. If you go for the other guy, he has his full shields, but the shields of the vehicle are down. Go.
So I guess I shoot the one that Lena shot at. I'm having a hard time passing who's who. Yeah.
The one that's driving, the one that Lena shot at, he just has cover from his friend. But
yeah, so just a -2 cover.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Cool. Nope.
Unfortunately, Rockwell.
I don't have much hopes when it comes to combat.
You're only good at killing civilians, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Too soon.
triggered.
So anyways, Rockwell whips the thing around, but he's not able to line up the shot well enough, and he misses entirely. After it's going to be Lena's turn. Lena, you have one more shot before this weapon overheats. You have the guy that you shot at beforehand. Clearly his shields are down, and now he's trying to avoid a wreck that's in front of him.
Sure. What? If I kill him, he might accidentally go into the wreck, and we don't want to damage these vehicles. So I'm going to go for the guy with the shields.
The guy with the shield, you want the one behind, not the one that's driving?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. Going for the guy with the shields, it actually does, in fact, hit him.
Yes.
Yeah, because remember their ACs are lower, much lower. So you actually do hit the guy with the shields. And, oh my god, so much dice. Oh my god, look at that damage! Jesus, so the vehicle shields are already down. His own personal shields are now gone. Please just describe the kill for me. Because holy shit.
Okay. So I line up the shot for the driver, think of that. And I'm like, So I go for the guy behind him. And I go for that like throwback to like the first battle that we had, and I decapitated that Batarian. I go for the neck again. That's her thing. She goes for the neck.
Okay.
So that his friends can still recognize his face when he's dead.
So you shoot him in the neck, his head pops off, and it flies in the air for way too long, because you are in 0.35 G. So like
there's gonna be a fountain of blood coming out of that, isn't it?
And then eventually starts to make its way down.
Of blood. It's cold.
It's like flies off, kind of hits a thing off the side, bounces off of it. It doesn't roll down the hill because it slowly makes its way alongside the hill, spinning, making its way down to the bottom. And then the friend kind of like flops around on the back of his companion, the back of the driver. Eventually his hand's loose and he falls to the ground a bit too slow, and continues sliding for a long while as the driver continues to get away. It's now the driver's turn. He's now going to make a pilot check to try to get away as quickly as he can from you guys and more or less enact evasive maneuvers, right? So he's going to do that. Let's just double check something. That is there. Bam, and he actually rolls really well, avoiding the wreck, avoiding everything, avoiding the bodies, and is enacting evasive maneuvers to go. I really have to fix my camera. It's driving up a wall. Let's see if I can do that right now. It is after his turn. It is, let me do this first. It is, what's his name?
Today's Russian Suka.
Private Johnson's turn first. He's going to get up and is kind of like, oh, jeez. I like get up and he's like so swearing at himself. He's so upset with himself at the moment. And he turns and he aims the rifle over at the guy that's trying to get away and tries to take a shot on him.
Quick, get to cover!
Don't hit your fucking self again.
He's going to get up and he's kind of like, ah! There we go. One. There we go. I was pressing the wrong button on the computer. It's a hit. Actually hits the guy.
Wow.
Yeah, not bad.
He actually hit the right person for once.
Johnson redeems himself. He gets up, he turns, and he starts firing. And he hits the guy in the back, and the guy gets hit with a bunch of bullets. And then, despite the fact that he had evasive maneuvers and everything, which gave him a bonus to AC, it doesn't matter. Johnson had a good enough shot that he was able to clip him enough times that the guy actually swerves around and eventually, because he dies, eventually crashes into the side, leaving the two vehicles broken. Oh, not broken, sorry, crashed into the ice off to the side. What do you guys do?
Go get them.
I'd head over to Johnson, sighing, grabbing out the first aid kits.
I just wouldn't. I'd just sort of shake, like, I'd sigh. I'd deliberately walk past him and sigh, and carry on and go to the vehicles.
Oh, deliberately walk past him. Just like,
I guess I'm closer, so I'll get up and see if they're in working order.
okay, roll me your electronics checks, please.
I like how all the flowing between Lena and Private Johnson are out of the way now because he shot himself. He's useless to her now.
Instantly lost respect.
So, you're rolling your fixed check, Lena, and it's honestly, maybe you're distracted, whatever the case may be, but you go over there and you check them out and you're like, I don't know. We could definitely get one of these working. It's going to take some time, I'm not sure. And Rockwell's like, remember, it's old technology. Like, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And he kind of goes over and he plays with it for a couple of moments. He's like, this one's working fine. Let me go check out the other one. And starts looking at it. He's like, yeah, this one might take a little bit of work. And it's kind of one of those, like, you're checking your life support and everything. You're like, we could spend the time getting these working and we're moving a lot quicker, but we have to spend some time getting this one working. This one's definitely up. That one I'm not too sure about. But more than that, you're also kind of looking at them and you know you can definitely carry 2 people. As to whether or not you can carry 3 people on one, maybe if you grab 3 small people on one.
So what I would actually say is I would put...
Is it going to be me and the Russian lass behind Rockwell?
I was going to say, no, I was going to put you and the Russian lass on this to scout. To go ahead of us and to try and find an entrance to their compound that is not murder hole.
Okay.
That would be my advice. Well, we continue walking because we don't have time to set the other ones up. You two go on that one. We don't overload it by having a third person on it. That gives us a little bit of time, maybe.
We could even do like a drop thing, maybe. Like if we took. If she drove me and I set up somewhere close by it, so I could keep an eye to make sure that no one was coming back to where you were from then she could go back and get you sort of one by one just to save some time.
I think that would draw too much attention. One of them going back, like if they have any kind of scanners, trackers in them, which I don't know if I would check for.
Yeah.
But even then, just watching them, going back once, it's fine. That's not weird.
Yeah.
Doing that, if they've got even windows.
Yeah.
that
does
looks
look a bit
weird.
Structural weaknesses.
Well, I didn't mean like right to the front door, but yeah.
No, I know, but this is all planes, right? So they should be able to. They in theory, somewhere from their base, they can see us right now, right?
Yeah.
They probably can't because they don't have like telescopes pointing at this exact direction, or maybe they do. But I think that's still probably smart. But I want you and Russian McAngry Face to scout ahead. And it would be basically sort of like you have your discretion to do as you wish, but scout the front of the compound to get us so that when we get there, we're not looking at it like and get shot at. We're like, okay, we know exactly where to go and where to rush, and if there's any cover, blah 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 blah.
Yep.
We know where to position Johnson so that he gets shot instead.
Okay, calm down.
So you're doing that, Lena?
Mhm.
In the meanwhile, what are you guys doing back here?
I am patching up the idiot.
I'll say you have like 5 minutes to patch up before we keep going. And literally I would say I don't have oxygen to waste.
I'd probably look at him and be like, I only need one.
I can believe that.
Okay. So you are going and hopping onto the thing with Victoria, and she's kind of one of those like you give the command, and she actually seems fine with that. Like, okay, this is a good plan, and hops onto the back of the vehicle because she is not a pilot. Like, of course she could drive a snowmobile, but you are clearly a better pilot. You got them landed here, without blowing up.
Kind of.
So she hops onto the back of it, wraps her arms around your waist, and you guys are able to start heading out. This thing is damaged, so you are taking -1 to pilot checks, but it is functioning, right? So you're going to go off and start flying out that way. Ollie, in the meanwhile, you said you're repairing the other one, correct? Oh, I'm sorry.
A little bit.
Not even a little bit. Okay, gotcha. So
we have like literally he's getting Carmine can do like the basic, the smallest of medical checks, and we are continuing to walk.
Okay, cool. You're not even going to try to like
No,
rip
it takes
anything
too
off
long.
that? Okay, cool.
No.
So you just start walking, hoofing it. So you guys are whipping around with this thing. Roll me a pilot check, please, because you're trying to like steer away from the facility, but still get a look-sees on the inside. -1, don't forget, please and thank you.
What attribute?
Oh, my apologies, dexterity. This is designed for this ice, so you're not getting penalties for the terrain. Not bad. So you're piloting around and making your way around the ice. It is, again, it's difficult because it's on ice, what this thing is designed for it. So it's a little unwieldy, but you are making your loops around the facility. So you start to make your way around looking. Could you roll me a perception intelligence check, because you're going to be using scanners to do this? Okay. So you do find the entrance that this thing is supposed to go into. It is about a quarter way around the east side. So if you travel only about a quarter way around, you can easily find where it is that this thing is supposed to go into. Any other entrances that might exist, you don't know. However, Victoria does point out, she does kind of like nudge you a couple times and then like tap your helmet to make sure that you turn your comms on. And then she says to you on like a private channel, she's like, "Did you see that over there?"
And then is it pointing out something I've already seen?
She's like, no, she's pointing out something to the other direction, like away from the facility.
Can you be more specific to there? Because I am driving.
She's like, "Over there, there's a group of them."
A group? Okay, so I look. Because I want to know.
Oh, good. There's more.
You go and you take a look that way. Make me a perception wisdom check with a +2. You count out 5, a good distance off to the side, making the way into as you're kind of like whipping your way around everything, making the way into the mountain range that your friends should be coming out of eventually. You know what I mean? There's still clearly a good distance at the speed that, Rockwell travels. They're clearly a good distance from where it is that your friends are, but there's definitely a group of 5 there approaching like the first mountainous area.
Right,
Oh, good.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, probably gonna have to take care of them.
She's like, so she once again like taps your shoulder to get your attention, and she points at them, and then past them to the mountain, and then up higher to the mountain, and then taps your rifle.
I like her. Affirmative.
Okay, and so you make your way over to the try to make your way there. You're gonna have to roll me because of how difficult it is to get up there, and the fact that this vehicle is injured, with a -2. Another pilot check, dexterity, please. Okay. So, I mean, you don't do terribly, but you have a bit of a hard time getting your vehicle up the ridge that I was just describing. Actually, a hard enough time that you can't get quite to the point that you wanted to, but you definitely still have a good vantage. It's one of those, you got a good distance. You know that. It's just maybe not the distance that makes Lena happy. She's not all the way up there. But from where you are, you're able to hop off the bike and kind of set up shop. It's just maybe they're going to be able to find you. relatively quickly, but whatever. You pull your scope and everything. Roll me a perception check. You have a really good advantage, so with a +2.
Wisdom.
Please.
Beautiful.
Oh my god, gorgeous. So you easily find your friends coming around the ridge. They'll be coming across those others within the next couple of minutes, and then them over there. So you
tell them.
Yep, of course.
So it's 5 coming your way, and they will see you in a few minutes.
Are they on snowmobiles or just on foot?
On foot.
Roger.
They've got some weird legs, cut.
Oh.
Can you take sniping positions?
Already done.
And we shouldn't have anything to worry about.
As soon as you're done setting up your sniper rifle and getting it set so that you know like where it is that you want to be, you've got the scope out, you get everything set up, you're happy with how things are, and you get ready to start lining up your first shot. You're literally like at the point where you've been focusing on for a while, and you're going to be able to make your sneak attack roll because there's enough time here. All of a sudden, you hear the engine start up on the vehicle.
Oh my god.
Suka blir att rushing bee.
What are you doing? And I look.
She's like, distraction. And like, starts like peeling down the mountainside,
She's worth billions of dollars. She can't be a distraction.
beelining it towards that group of 5 people. What you're able to do, Lena, is take your first shot, and it's going to be an assassin shot. But after this break, we'll see you shortly.
Ugh.